primarily was upper body, and today we're going to go lower body. So a lot of us run around, but we don't have enough strength to run. So what happens is we don't, we kind of just, just shuffle, right? And when you do lift your legs, you can't. So then you lose either balance or you lose strength, or some people can fall, right? And ultimately, over time, you get fractures and so on, shin splints, arch problems, you name it. But one of the problems is you have to be strong in your hips, right? Hip flexor, your hamstring, your glute, all that, to be able to lift your leg, right? The more you can do that, the faster you can run, right? Or if for a lot of us, if you don't have that kind of strength, then you're going to arch or you're going to drag your feet, a combination of things. So this work is specifically designed for that, so that you're able, one, to stand tall, be able to lift that leg, have the strength, to not be able to fatigue in some of these workouts and races that you'll be doing. So we'll go over 5 exercises. You're going to do 1 minute each, 3 sets. If you have more time, then do more. You can do them anywhere in the world. So there's no problem there. One of the things we're going to do is a lot of them deal with your hips, right, for today, and the goal is to be as flexible as possible. So before you start out, do a few hip stretches, right? So this one's one of the good ones, right? Put yourself in this position here, right? Lean forward just to loosen up your hip, right? And then switch maybe 15, 30 seconds, right? Forward and back, right? Do several of them before you start this. That way you're able to loosen up your hips, right? Same thing, forward, back. After you've done that, then you get up and get started, right? So you can do some of these as well. Bring your knees to your stomach, right? Stand tall. Again, the whole goal is to loosen up your hips, right? The looser your hips are, the more you can do, the more your body can do, okay? The tighter you are, the less you'll lift your legs, ultimately using your knees and not enough hip drive, more knee drive. So we're going to go over the one exercise to start out with. The number one is we'll go hip thrust. So the emphasis there is to bring your hips up as high as you can. The goal here is to bring your hips up like this as high as possible. Keep it up, right? You're going to bring your knee in and then switch every other one. So again, you're going to do 1 minute on each side, so that means you got to do 2 minutes, right? Every other one, keep looking up, keep that knee, keep that hip, bring that knee to your stomach as much as you can, every other one, okay? So that's exercise number one. We're going to go number 2 is the plie squat. So again, your whole goal is to make sure that the movement comes from your hip, not your knees, right? So what you want to do is bring your legs to that side, so in this position you're at, pull your toes outward like this. You're going to go straight down. The goal is to, again, to bend up the hip, right? So don't bend on your back. So as low as you possibly can, try to tighten your core all the way up, all the way down, okay? Again, don't arch, right? Stand tall. If you can't go slow, then just stay tight. Keep practicing. Maybe grab a wall or grab something so you're able to go further down. If you are able to go down, then focus on tightening your core, right? And go straight down. Try not to lean forward. So that's the plie squat. Again, we'll show you the front. So all the way down, as slow as you can, back straight, tighten that core. So that's number 2. The next one, number 3, you're going to go into the donkey kick, probably one of the most important ones, right? Because if you ever come in all the way back, it's exactly the running movement you do, right? When you move your leg, you push off, right? So this one, donkey kick, bring your knee to your elbow, go as far as you can. Now, the main focus here is to not turn your leg, right? Make sure that your leg is parallel to the one on the ground. So bring it in, point your toes, make sure you're straight. Make sure your foot's not turning, right? Bring it in, all the way back. So same thing, 1 minute on this side, 1 minute on that side, right? So again, in, all the way back, make sure your toes not pointing in or out. Make sure it's parallel to the other foot, okay? So that's donkey kicks. That's number 3. Now we're going to go into side leg raises, number 4. So we're going to do, same thing, always keep your back straight. You're never arching. There's never a point where you are. If you are, then you're doing something wrong, right? Whether it be doing exercise or running or jogging or racing. So keep your back straight, look forward. These are side leg raises. Your whole goal is to strengthen this area, right? So that's how your head. Stand tall, chest up, all the way up. Now, if you're not as strong, then what you want to do is go down to your toes. If you are, then you're able to just keep going without stopping, that's okay. Then just keep going. Otherwise, don't come down your whole foot. I want you to come down to your toes. If you come down your whole foot, then you're using the ground to push up. I want you to use your hip to bring that leg up. So up, go down to your toes, get as many as you can in 1 minute. Right? If you're able to do it without touching the ground, then do it without touching the ground. Right? So it looks like this. Stand tall, lift it up, all the way in, all the way out, all the way in, all the way out. Again, if you can't do it completely going continuous the whole time, then go down just to your toes and continue. Okay, 1 minute on each side. So that was number 4. We're going to go to number 5, which is the fire hydrant with the kick. So same thing, right? Tighten your core like as before. When you're down here, lift that leg up and then kick and bring it back in. We do 1 minute on each side. The whole goal is to lift that leg as high as you can without tilting. So head up, right, stand tall, lift your leg as high as you can, and then kick, and then back in. Okay? So show the front view, stand tall, lift it up, kick, bring it back in. Okay, those are 5. That was number 5, fire hydrant with the kick. Make sure that you take time doing these. These are probably the most important things of all the exercises that you're going to do to make sure your hips and core are strong. So you're able to lift those legs. You know, if you can do the squat, if you can do all these things, then you're only going to get faster, right? Don't skip this. So you're going to do 1 minute on each side, each leg independently, right? And you're going to go 3 sets. If you got more time, then do more times. And again, you can do them anywhere in the world. So, you know, if you can do them, don't skip them.